Hey guys, Melissa here. Hope that you're having a wonderful day. I am here to share with you a little bit about my pregnancy journey so far, since it's definitely the focal point of my life right now. What do you think you're doing? He knows he's not allowed. No. But he wants to join us, as he always does. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about how pregnancy has been going for me, since it's been such an incredible journey so far, and since I've been watching a ton of videos on moms that have been inspiring to me, that I thought I'd share with you a little bit about my story, since it's been beneficial for me to hear about people's stories. It can be really comforting, it can be educational, and even when I wasn't pregnant, I always thought mothers were really cool, since it was something I was inspired by and was hoping for in my life. So hopefully this will be inspiring for you as well, and I promise it'll be a little bit cute, because I'm going to share with you a few of the items that I've added to our baby's closet, which are just too much. So I just have to share them with you. So I am currently on the last day of my 29th week, so things are definitely starting to feel very real. I'm feeling the baby move a ton, which is a very interesting and really cool experience. I feel really grateful to be having such a nice pregnancy. I mean, I've got a really sore back the last couple days, but I don't know if that's from something I might have done by being active, but overall it's been going really well. And so baby's due date is May 10th, which happens to be Mother's Day, which also means that chances are very slim that I'll actually give birth on that day, but that's just 10 weeks away, so I'm definitely getting ready for, I guess, the big day and the arrival of this incredible being. We're having a little girl, which is very exciting. I had a feeling from the get-go, I actually had a feeling before we even conceived that Alex and I would be having a girl. I had a really powerful vision a few years ago with my mentor back at the time, and I don't know, there's just something that's what it felt like. And a lot of moms have told me that their feeling was right, and then there's a lot that tell you, like, no, I thought I was going to have a boy and I ended up having a girl. Anyways, turns out we're having a girl. And this is really great because my boyfriend already has a son, Matteo, who's going to be a big brother, which is really exciting. And yeah, it's cool to see. I think it's different for a guy when they find out that they're having a baby girl. So it was really special when we found out back in January, just to see the emotion and to share this moment with him. It's so great. So actually currently my partner Alex is in France. He'll be home in 10 days. I can't wait. So he works overseas a few months out of the year. And so I'm really excited that we'll be sharing the rest of the pregnancy together. And the timing just kind of worked out really well in our conception of everything, with his work schedule, for him to be home for obviously at the end of the pregnancy, but the arrival of our baby girl. And you know, some of you might have partners that work abroad, and I think a lot of people have questions about that. I think I might do a separate video on that, because I realize that it's something that isn't common, but is common depending, I guess, where you live. My partner's not in the army or isn't an athlete, but there's a lot of people whose partners are athletes or in the army or do other jobs that, you know, have them live abroad. And there's definitely a way to make it work and to also enjoy and share this process together, and that's what we've been doing. And I know it's taken time for me to really just educate people on this lifestyle that we have and the family that we're building. So a little bit more, I guess, just on the physicality of the pregnancy. I now, obviously, as you can tell, definitely am showing. And that's been really interesting, because it definitely kind of happened. I had heard around the 5th month is really when you start popping, and especially when it's your first. And so it's been interesting to see the bodily transformation. It's something that I welcomed. I know some women feel a little bit concerned about, you know, the changes that might happen to their body. I'm looking at it as like, wow, I'm blown away by what my body is doing without me having to initiate anything or force anything. And this just natural power that we have, it's wild to me. It's really crazy. Your body knows what to do and is completely natural. So it's been interesting to feel it. I've definitely had moments where you feel like, you really feel like your muscles stretching out. Round ligament pain is something you might have heard of before, or if you've been pregnant, it's something you might have experienced, something that I've experienced. And so it's kind of interesting to be like, okay, this pain is just part of the process. And Vipassana meditation has been a great tool to kind of stay kind of objective with that. But I definitely suggest prenatal massage, which is something I think I'm due for right now. I've been staying active with pregnancy. I've definitely modified quite a bit. I like kind of high intensity workouts here and there, and I practice yoga. I'm active outdoors, but I modified quite a bit of that. I stopped my workouts pretty early on. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, and even beforehand, I was feeling a little bit queasy. I didn't feel like going to the gym, and in my first trimester, I couldn't see myself working out and then maybe having to throw up in the garbage in the studio. So I ended up putting my gym pass on hold and just going a lot more gently. My dog clearly keeps me active, and walking has just been my favorite go-to activity. Since I live in a very snowy location, cross-country skiing and snowshoeing have been great, but I think snowshoeing is kind of out now, just because, I mean, my snowshoes are very lightweight, but I went the other day with my father on the lake, and I was so tired because of the extra weight, I think, on my feet and that motion. So cross-country skiing has been really nice. That gliding has been really great. And yoga, just gentle yoga to keep stretching and just really listening to my body. And I think that's really important to do. I think for me, one of the things that has been challenging at times is feeling like unproductive, even though your body is super productive. There'll be days where my energy is pretty good, but I might get hit like with this bout of fatigue as if I've just run like 10K. Not that I've run 10K in years or anything, but, but that's sometimes what it feels like. And I sometimes can get hard on myself because I feel like, well, I should be doing more, but my body's actually expending a lot of energy growing a child. So I guess that's something that, I've had to remind myself about, is like, be gentle and honor what your body is needing at the time, because you're actually being more productive than you've ever been in your life while creating a baby. And it's just your mind that sometimes tries to trip you up. So needless to say, I'm really glad that I had an active lifestyle prior to pregnancy. And I think if it's something you're considering, then I highly recommend you do what you need to do to, find the types of movement that you like and just have your body strong and healthy. Because you'll want to keep that up, and in a way, for me, it's like a way of preparing for the arrival of the baby, and just to feel good. It feels really nice to move around. Rest, which I think is really important to touch upon. I've definitely been honoring my body's needs around rest, and I've been sleeping relatively well. I just use a lot of pillows. I twist around a lot, but when I need a nap, I take it, and otherwise, just listen to my body. And from that, I think now, with like maternity clothes and whatnot, I try to be minimal with my purchases around that. I only bought 3 maternity clothes items. These jeans, which I got all 3 items from Gap, actually, and even this t-shirt, which is not a maternity t-shirt, but I'm realizing it's awesome. It's one of their classic tees. It's long and stretchy and covering my belly, because most of my tops now are just that like short amount, and part of me is like, I'd rather buy clothes like after maternity than during. So I got jeans, a dress that's really versatile, and these awesome overalls, all 3 of them from Gap Maternity online. And that's really all I've needed. I'm now moved on to just wearing my sports bras, because that's what works best right now. My other bras just aren't comfortable anymore. And since your breast dues changed quite a bit, mine haven't changed like dramatically, but they have gotten a little bit bigger, and just my rib cage has gotten a little bit wider too. One, because of gain weight, So my sports bras have been really comfortable, and just no bra is fantastic too. Food. Let's talk about food a little bit, because a lot of people ask me like, well, do you have any cravings? Like how is that going? I have touched upon this in previous updates, but since this is more pregnancy focused, I'm eating really well, and I don't really have like cravings for particular types of food. I think the first trimester there was definitely where I saw the biggest changes in my diet, mostly because I felt nauseous a lot of the time, but the nausea was definitely not as bad as I think a lot of people tend to experience it. But I was eating a lot of foods that I would when I felt sick as a kid. You know, I'd have Lipton soup, drink ginger ale. In the morning, eggs and toast were like my go-to. This my favorite thing. Cereal and this awesome banana smoothie, which I will put on the website soon because that was one of my go-to fuels. But I felt like really simple types of foods, and I occasionally would go for like a splurge, but I would do that normally. Like I drove out of my way for poutine a couple times, and I do that anyway. But I think the intensity might have been a bit different, and maybe I just didn't feel as guilty about it as I might otherwise. Although I don't really feel guilty about my occasional poutine. I think it's kind of nice. I hate that word though, but it's kind of good. Popsicles, really great. Ice cream too, just particularly in the first and part of the second trimester, like hydrating the thirst, and that feeling of thirst was kind of difficult. I had this weird taste in my mouth, and popsicles were really great to kind of ease that. Lemonade too, because water just sometimes didn't cut it. I didn't like coffee for a while. I wasn't really that into chocolate. Coffee got back, I think, in the second trimester, and chocolate has definitely been back lately. So that's nice. Enjoying that, and just kind of got back to my regular diet. And I've also been wanting to diversify, because I've read how what you eat influences your baby's preferences later on. And so I am trying to keep things a little diverse and just enjoy food with loved ones and not really restricting, which is going to tie into the Revitalize Cleanse program that is in another video, but you'll figure that out. So now I want to share some cute things, just because Alex and I have wanted to be pretty minimal in what we're getting for the baby in preparation. I've been trying to get most things that I can secondhand, and then there are some things that I do want to buy firsthand. So right now we're actually in the living room, we don't have a designated baby's room. Our home is pretty small, and we have 2 bedrooms, one for us and one for his son. And so the baby's actually going to start off in our room. We're going to have a crib. I had bought this really cute bassinet, like wood bassinet on Kijiji, which blew my mind that this guy was pretty much giving it away, but that's just going to be kind of a special piece for the first few months, and then we'll have a crib. And I got a rocking chair secondhand. I'm pointing there because it's behind the camera. And my dresser, which is an IKEA dresser that I also got secondhand. These were all pieces that otherwise would cost a lot more, but I knew that I could probably find secondhand, and I thought that was kind of cool because there's so much being marketed to you when you're pregnant, and it's easy to kind of fall into like, I want to buy everything new. And you know, that's great if you can, and if that's what you want to do, but I just felt that there was things that I'm like, it's gonna get used, or it's in really good shape. My rocking chair, for example, there's something really special about buying it from this mom who had nursed her 2 kids in that chair and had really taken care of it. I felt it was infused with good vibes, and I just hired a cleaner and got it nicely like refreshed. The dresser was from a student who was moving, and she was really awesome. So I do like also meeting people and kind of the stories that I get to, I guess, cultivate with. It has a little bit more meaning than just getting it. And then buying IKEA furniture already made up for you, it's like a dream. So really excited about it. The dresser is going to be for the baby, but also the changing table. We're also with clothes. I initially was like, I want to get as much as I can secondhand, and then I heard a few moms saying, well, a lot of your baby's clothes get so kind of used that they're not even nice to kind of like give away after. So I decided to buy a few new pieces, and by a few I think I bought quite a bit. I'm not showing you all of it, but most of it. And I want to share with you some of them because they're just so cute. I think I had been putting off going shopping because going shopping for baby stuff, one, can sometimes feel overwhelming because there is so much stuff. But two, it's also like so freaking adorable, and it kind of made it sink in. So the day after I got back from Vipassana, my mom and I went for a little shop, and oh my goodness, the cuteness overload. So I'm going to start with one very, very special item. I think this is the most special item we have. This is a cute little knitted sweater vest that my grandmother knit many, many years ago, apparently for when I would have children one day. And I'm getting like emotional just thinking about that. My grandmother passed away when I was 11, and she was such an amazing woman and an incredibly talented knitter. She used to knit all my Barbie's clothes, and she used to knit some of her sweaters, and she's just this ray of light. And my mom, just shortly after I found out that I was pregnant, was cleaning out the chest, like a chest in the shed. My goodness, losing my words. And she found this, and she's like, oh my goodness, you know, her mom had given this to her for me, and my brother and sister both had kids, but they didn't get this one. So this was the first piece my mom gave to me when I found out, and it's been hanging on the dresser ever since. We didn't know if it was going to be a girl or a boy officially. Even if I had had a boy, I would have totally put this on him because it's infused with such love and history and good vibes. And I mean, this is just amazing. So this is a special, very, very special piece, and I love it. So this is definitely not something you can buy in stores. And I'm fortunate that my mom and two of my aunts also knit. My mom's made a baby's blanket, which she started knitting before I was pregnant. Oh man, I tell you. And I think my aunts are up to stuff too. So I think that's really cute. I have like zero knitting skills, but I've tried once. So maybe one day I'll take it up too, but I won't. Now I'm going to share with you some newborn outfits because, oh my goodness. So I'm not going to buy too many newborn sized outfits because I have a feeling my baby's going to be pretty long. That's what they've told me in my last ultrasound. I'm actually getting another ultrasound in my 32nd week, which isn't typical, but because of my history of Crohn's disease, apparently they always do an extra one with people with a health background. And I gotta say, Crohn's has not been an issue at all during my pregnancy. For some, pregnancy actually makes it easier, and for others it's worse, but it's been really great. No issues there. So anyways, I'm going to get another ultrasound in the 32nd week, which will give me a better idea. But I have a feeling my baby's going to be a bit long because Alex and I are pretty tall. But this little outfit is just incredibly cute. But wait, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And since I worked in retail for many, many years, I pretty much only buy new clothes on sale, which I highly recommend you do because I don't think it's worth buying clothes firsthand. This was $2.99 at Carter's Oshkosh, which most of the stuff I got is from there. There's some really cute stores around here. And what I love about these pieces, you got the little booties, but then you also have the little mitts. So instead of buying non-scratch mitts that will probably fall off, this is just kind of all-in-one, and maybe one of the outfits that we'll bring with us to the hospital. Because I'm giving birth in the hospital. I'll tell you more about that maybe in another time. And this was actually the first newborn piece that I got, which is also super cute. My boyfriend was like, look at all these flowers. But we are having a girl, and you know, I'm okay with, I don't know, I'm not fully gender neutral. I think like really girly stuff is cute, and as is really like traditional boy stuff. So anyways, this is super cute. Also kind of same idea. Little feet and little built-in mittens. Super soft fabric, really important. And I think what I'm going to get, which is, I've heard is really great and I think really comfortable for the baby, is gowns. So they're kind of like these one pieces, but instead of having the feet, this is kind of just like a sack here. So it makes it really comfortable for them and easy for changing and such. I think I'll share a little bit more about my philosophy on changing another time. Now we're having our baby in May, but you know, May can still be cool, so we want to keep our baby warm. So I got this really cute kind of Sherpa outfit. Oh my gosh. It is the cutest. It is a 3-month size, but that's okay. We didn't want to get a newborn size because it's so fit for, you know, summer evenings and whatnot. Or we'll see. It was just so adorable, and it was like $7.99. I gotta say, I love a good deal. I gotta love it. Okay. So that outfit will be kind of like the blanket piece. Now this is also just so adorable. This is like a 2-piece. You got the pants and then the jacket. It's also a 3-month size with a little beanie and built-in mittens. So that's kind of what I've been looking for, is things that built-in mittens and feet. I don't want to, like, I will buy a few pairs of socks, but I ideally want to have things that are either letting their feet be free or will keep them warm. And the beanie was just so adorable. And this is kind of interesting to have the 2 pieces too, because you can play around, maybe use a bodysuit instead of the sweater vest. And I mean, adorable, right? That's really the only reason why I'm sharing this with you, is just because they're so cute and I can't handle it. This one's really fun. It's made of towel material, so I thought this was could be really cool coming out of the bath. Also size 3 months. And since my vision is that we'll spend most of this summer at the beach with our baby, that towel material might be interesting. Okay, these 2 items are just too much. This we got at Winners, because you feel like a winner when you go there. And they're from the Jessica Simpson collection. Who knew that Jessica Simpson made baby clothes? I didn't. And these are just, this is just the cutest thing. I wish I had a matching outfit, but I won't. It's got even a bandana. I mean, come on. So this was just too adorable. And it's really lightweight, really soft, little snaps. I'm also looking that, you know, the head openings are wide enough or have buttons so that it's just more comfortable for the baby and easier to get on and off. And then another Jessica Simpson outfit. Oh, so cute. It's like a 6-month size. Look at the little details here. Super cute. Also with a headband. I mean, some of the baby clothes is just way too cool. For me anyway. I'm definitely not that cool. So, and I love that it's a zipper, so that's easy for putting on and off. So those are some of my favorite pieces. The other ones are very basic kind of bodysuits, and I just wanted to show you the core. And from there, I'll just get a few basics, and then there's always clothes. That's what I'm telling myself, so I don't go totally crazy. So a couple things that I think I'll do in a separate video, I wanted to share with you some of the cute things, is what we're going to attempt to do for changing. I read this amazing book, Diaper Free, The Gentle Wisdom of Natural Infant Hygiene. I heard about this through someone I was following on Instagram when I was using Instagram, and I thought it was really inspiring because most people in the world don't use Pampers, you know, and it's just a really interesting philosophy and kind of brings you back to more traditional ways of diapering your baby, which I want to try because I think it'd be really comfortable for the baby and then also for the environment. So alongside practicing this diaper-free or elimination communication philosophy, we will be doing some cloth diapering, and as a newborn we'll use disposables just because they're so small, but I'm getting ready for some cloth diapering because we're wanting to do something maybe more eco-conscious and planning to have more than one baby, so apparently you can use them for several. So I can share more about that later on, but right now I'm completely new at this. And the other book that I've been reading, which I don't have it to show you because I'm using it on my old school Kindle, is What to Expect When You're Expecting. It's kind of a classic and there's so much information in there. It's been really useful to just prepare, and it tells you what might be happening in your pregnancy at a certain time. So it's been my go-to guide, as well as the Bump app, which I've been using on my phone. The Bump has been phenomenal to provide some daily insights, but also weekly information about what's happening in your body as well with your baby. So those have been some of my core. So I'm going to leave it at that because, as you can tell, I could go on and on and on. I basically wanted to share with you the cute clothes and let you know. But if you have any questions or things you would like me to tackle more specifically around pregnancy, it'll be my pleasure to do so. And I'm going to be sharing maybe a few more of these videos. This one's going to probably one of the longest since I hadn't really done a fully dedicated to pregnancy video yet. So this one is kind of a let's jump into the 3rd trimester video, and maybe I'll do a few more along the way. So thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you want to hear more about, and if you have any requests, I'll be happy to check them out and hopefully respond with a video. You know what I mean. Okay, I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day.